happy, guess what? Something very spectacular is coming your way, guys. So today I'm talking on, we are talking on contentment, and it's a very fascinating topic. Trust me, everyone really wants to hear about this because it's something that we want to know about. But I will not be talking on this topic alone. I have a guest with me. You understand? Now then they rush us, so I have a visitor here today. So, Sam, you're welcome. Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, so we'll be talking on contentment today.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, like your view about contentment? Like, this is just like more of a discussion. Let's just like chat, like contentment. When you hear the word contentment.
Yeah. Pardon me. I'll be talking from mostly from my personal view of contentment.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for me, contentment is a state, more like is a temporary state of being.
Okay.
It's not temporary, sorry. It's a permanent state of being. In the sense that it's gradual. It's a gradual walk. You are not. When people talk of contentment, I think what comes to mind initially is, oh, this person is just good to be contented with what you have and everything.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people think it's something you just enter a state of contentment and you stay there. But I believe it's a gradual walk. It's a gradual process, and you have to do it continuously, because obviously what you are contented with 1 year ago will be different from situations you find yourself 2 years time. So you have to be in a state where everything, as the world is evolving, as you're growing, you have to also being contented with what you're doing has to evolve with you. So I think and I'm going to be talking on some I think we should be discussing about some misconceptions, because when people talk about contentment, some people first think of contentment and happiness, then contentment and settling. Like some people think when you say you're content, that means, oh, I'm happy with where I am.
Yes,
I don't want
like
to
comfort zone.
Comfort
they don't
zone.
Want to be in that place. They just want to be there.
Yeah. So that's
nothing goes in, nothing comes in. Because I think like what you're saying, the misconception part is the part that we should really talk about.
Yeah.
But apart from that, you see that we are in the 21st century where things we know, like everyone is trying to meet up. But the issue I'm having when it comes to this contentment is the issue of keeping up with appearances. Especially like when it comes to girls. Like, I want to be, everybody wants to belong, you understand? But the fact that your friend is using iPhone X, you get money for Android, but you just want to use iPhone X. So this is like the aspect, like the place we are talking about, being satisfied or with the little you have. A whole lot of people are not satisfied with the little they have. They want to appear more, and it's a problem. So what do you think about it?
Yeah, I think about that, I think I should just I just try and explain some things about contentment and, like I said, settling, and that's being in your comfort zone, and contentment, and also when you have ambition, contentment and ambition, and also difference between contentment and happiness. So if you look at this, if you look at happiness, to me, I feel happiness is why contentment can be a permanent state, is continuous. I feel happiness is temporary. It's a temporary state of emotion or something. Because for you to be happy, something has to happen. Something, not just something positive has to happen. There are even cases where you say, oh, I wanted to do something, then it didn't work out, but something else happened, but it now worked out for me, and I'm happy. So technically, what you wanted to do didn't work out, but something else happened that still was in your favor. So for happiness, for you to be happy, something positive has to happen. So if you even want to look at it from the science of things, I'm sorry, I'm going to chip in down because I'm a medical student and everything. So if you look at it from the science of things, there are things we call neurotransmitters in the brain. There are neurotransmitters, and there are things we call happy neurotransmitters. I think like about 4 of them: dopamine, endorphins, oxytocin, and serotonin. So from the science of things, you need these things to feel happy. If you lack these neurotransmitters, you feel sad and depressed. That's where depression comes in. That's from the science of things. But I feel like, since happiness is temporary, but contentment is a permanent state, is a continuous state, that when you're happy, if you're happy, if something bad happens, you immediately switch and you become sad and all that. But in the sense of contentment, even if something bad happens, something that doesn't work in your favor happens, you are still conscious of the fact that even though this thing didn't work for me, I'm still satisfied. That's satisfaction. I'm still satisfied with the things, things that are going on around. Then also, the issue of contentment and settling for comfort zone. I feel like, let me give an example of like if I'm working somewhere now and I'm earning $10,000 per week.
Yeah.
Now, I have, let me say I'm contented with where I am.
Yes.
Now, let's look at ambition and settling in the sense now. Ambition in the sense that I'm working somewhere, I'm earning $10,000. If I work somewhere else, if I go somewhere, if I transfer to another work, I can earn $20,000. But why exactly do I want to move to this other job? Settling is in the sense that, oh, I'm working in a place that normally with my qualifications, with my degree and everything, I should be earning 20,000, but I'm working somewhere where there's 10,000. But if I say, oh, the stress of that place, if I give different excuses and I'm like, oh, let me just manage what I have here, that is settling.
Settling, comfort zone.
Staying in just your comfort zone.
Yeah, you don't want to try something, you don't want to expand the territory, you're just comfortable with what you're having there because you feel this is the best thing for you.
For me.
And sometimes some people don't really want to step out of their comfort zone because they are scared.
There's the uncertainty that, oh, what if it doesn't work? And that is where now contentment and that's when now contentment and being ambitious work. You can be contented and also still be ambitious.
Yes.
Because contentment and ambition is the sense that, oh, I'm working, like the example I gave, I'm working here, I'm earning 10,000. But I know that with the qualifications I have, I should be earning this thing. So now, if you now give it a go and you try applying for the job that gives double, even if it doesn't work out, you are still satisfied with where you are right now. So that is where contentment comes into play, that even if things don't work out in your favor, you are still satisfied with how things are working out for you. That's where contentment works. But then I've just tried to treat that in. Settling is when you know that you can do more, but you are, for whatever reason, you are just managing what you have. While ambition is, you can be so content. That's, you can be contented and still ambitious at the same time. Then about the sense of in the 21st century and people and everything. I think that one is a very tricky.
It's catastrophic.
It's a very tricky subject to discuss, because I think we human beings we are social beings in that we like to do things in groups. We have to like we say, you have to feel among. So depending on the group of people you are moving in, depending on people you allow to affect your sense of self, in the sense that, oh, if I see this person now, or somebody sees, if I'm walking into a building now, I'm like, oh, this is the kind of person I am. This is the kind of person I know deep down I am. But because because of these are the people I will meet when I enter this place, I will try and adjust to fit into that group of people. Then that is where. So it wouldn't be a social misfit. Which I don't understand. I don't even understand the concept of people trying not to feel alienated, because if they show their true sense, somebody will not like me because I don't have this. Somebody will not like me because then I was discussing with her before the show started that there was that sense of companies now or products, people marketing products. They are not going to come and tell you, oh, this car can drive faster than this car. Most cars, most phones, most computers do most things the same thing now. They are going to when you're looking at adverts, and there's always a pattern on adverts when they're advertising products. They don't appeal. They're not going to tell you, oh, this phone the camera is so good, the camera is this. They're going to appeal to your emotional sense, in the sense that if you have this thing, people will respect you more. If it's in the sense of cars now, if you have this car and it looks so beautiful, many fine girls will come. Just like iPhone S and Android. If you have this iPhone X, you are using the latest iPhone. If you have, many people will see you and, oh, this person is this. But if I have an iPhone 5 or something, people will be like, this person is broke and all that and all that. So it's in the sense of contentment, in the sense that you have this thing that why you have to ask yourself when you want to do things and everything, why exactly am I doing this thing? Am I doing it because I want to do it? Because I need to do it? Or am I doing it because I want approval of somebody? Because if you look at it ideally and truthfully, there's that thing that you say, you can never please everybody. Because if I'm staying here now in this building and I'm living in a building now, and I'm like, oh, everybody in this building, they're using iPhone 8 and everything, I need to get an iPhone 8 I need to go out of my way, probably in debt myself, borrow money and all that too. Now when you move into a new building next year and they release the next iPhone, you have to. So it's a continuous cycle. You have to. That's why contentment has to come into place. And that's even that's about buying things and everything. I'm even talking of now. You're talking of contentment in the sense of in your relationships, your finances, your life in general. So you have to look at it from the aspect of you have to, it's a conscious, like I said, it's a conscious state in the sense that since you are evolving, the world is evolving, you have to consciously also be asking yourself, it's about introspection. You're asking yourself, why exactly am I doing this thing? I think that's just my view about that. Then if you want to discuss about the contentment with regards to relationship and money and all that, then I think you should expand on that before I go into that.
Yes, that is another thing is that you find out that when it comes to like, and someone will say, yes, I'm a female, so talking about female things is like interesting because we that are female, that I wouldn't say we are the one. Sometimes, okay, I tend to be corrected anyway, but sometimes we tend to like complicate issues for ourselves. I know the guys, they have their own, yes. You find out that some girls, they are not really thinking about their lives, like, how am I going to do this, how am I going to do that? The problem they have is materialism. My friend has this, I don't have this, she has a whole lot of shoes, I don't have, she has a whole lot of clothing, I just want this makeup, I just want that to put on, they are not contented with the little they have. Even most of us are students, you find out that, okay, for the semester your parents can produce like, or give you like, let me say, for example, $2,000. But you want to mingle with people that their parents are giving them $6,000 because you want to keep up appearances. You want to fit in. You understand?